Good afternoon and welcome along to another video. Today is Saturday 30th of May 2020, and in today's video I'm going to look ahead and preview group number 5 in the PDC Low6 Home Tour, which is going to take place later on today. We're already halfway through phase number 2. We've seen 16 players take place so far in phase 2. 4 winners we've had so far, and the 4 winners will make group number 1 for the semi-finals. Those are Jelle Klassen, Mike De Decker, Gary Anderson and Dave Chisnell. So whoever wins group number 5 will be the first person in semi-final group number 2. We'll see 4 players take part tonight and they all won their matches in phase 1. So a really interesting night. The first person we're going to talk about is Rob Cross. The former world champion didn't take part until group number 21. He started off with a 5-2 win over Willie Borland with a 79 average. He then went on and took on Dimitri Vandenberg, who beat 5 legs to 4 with an 81 average. That was 10 points lesser than Dimitri, who averaged 91 in that game. And he then went on and played Karol Sedlacek. This was the big game of the night for Rob Cross. He had to win it to get through. He came from 4 legs down in that match to win the match by 5 legs to 4. The second person we're going to talk about is Daniel Larsson. Now, Daniel Larsson came through group number 23, again with 3 wins out of 3, like I said before. He beat Kyle Anderson in his first game by 5 legs to 2 with an 83 average. He then went on and beat Dirk van Dijvenbode 5-2 with an 84 average. And his last match of the evening was his best performance of the evening, when he beat Martin Schindler by 5 legs to 0. The third person in the group we're going to talk about is Ryan Searle. He came through group 6 with 3 wins out of 3. He beat Andy Bolton by 5 legs to 1 with a 96 average. He then went on and beat James Wade with a 100 average, winning by 5 legs to 3. And then in the last match of the evening beat Adrian Gray by 5 legs to 2 with a 103 average. It was a great performance all night from Ryan Searle. He was a class above everyone else in that group. The last person we're going to talk about in the group is Luke Woodhouse. Now, Luke Woodhouse produced one of the finest performances in phase 1. He came through group 2 with 3 wins out of 3. He beat Ted Vets in his first match 5 legs to 2 with an 89 average. He got the job done in that game, but the next performance was the best average in the whole of the PDC Home Tour so far, where he beat Gerwin Price 5-0 with a 114 average. He had a 9 darter in that match to go 4-0 up, and then he finished it off with a 1-2-7 checkout. It was fabulous stuff from Luke Woodhouse. He then went on in his last game and he beat Robbie John Rodriguez by 5 legs to 2 with a 90 average. So let's get on and talk about the matches. They're all played over the best of 11 format in phase 2. The first match is between Rob Cross and Daniel Larsson. Now, Rob Cross, I say, he wasn't great in the first night he played, and I didn't really watch that night. I was a night man, a night broke down, but he'll take on Daniel Larsson. Now, Daniel Larsson had good spells and bad spells in his matches. I think this is quite an interesting start to the match. I think this match will go all 11 legs, and I think Rob Cross will win this by 6 legs to 5. The second match of the evening sees Ryan Searle take on Luke Woodhouse. Now, I couldn't find any meetings between these two before, which I was quite surprised about. I thought these two would have played before, but they haven't. I think this will be a fast-paced match. Ryan likes to get on with the game. Luke, he's steady. You know, what we've seen, he can spike like MD in the tour, but he's got that consistent 90 average, and I think that's a real interesting match. It's all about how Ryan Searle plays in this game, and I think Ryan Searle won this match by 6 legs to 4. The third match of the evening sees Daniel Larsson take on Luke Woodhouse. Now, these two have only played once before, and that was in Players' Championship 2 this season, and Luke got the 6-3 win over Daniel Larsson. Now, I think Luke Woodhouse will win this game. I think he'll be more consistent than Daniel, who I said before has peaks and troughs. I think Luke Woodhouse will win this match by 6 legs to 4. The fourth match of the evening sees Rob Cross take on Ryan Searle. This is an interesting head-to-head. Rob has won all 4 of the matches they've played between each other. 2 were on Challenge Tour. 1 was in UK Open in 2017, which Rob won by 10 legs to 5. And the last game they played was in the 2018 Grand Slam group stage, which Rob won by 5 legs to 2. I say, Ryan really does enjoy this home tour, and he's played a lot of times on it. But I don't think he'll beat Rob Cross in this match. I think Rob Cross's just that extra little gear will be too much for him, and I think Rob Cross will win this match by 6 legs to 3. The penultimate game of the evening sees Ryan Searle take on Daniel Larsson. Again, I couldn't find any meetings between these two, but I think Ryan will be too good for Daniel in this match, and I think Ryan will get the job done by 6 legs to 2. The last match of the evening sees Rob Cross take on Luke Woodhouse, and these two have played 4 times previously, and it's 3-1 in the head-to-heads to Rob Cross. The last meeting was in March 2019, which Rob won by 6 legs to 1. Luke's only win came a year previous to that, where he won in March 2018 by 6 legs to 5 against Rob Cross. I think that Rob Cross will get the job done in this game by 6 legs to 4 over Luke Woodhouse. So if their results go to pass, the table will look like this. Rob Cross will top the table with 6 points and a plus 6 leg difference. Ryan Searle will be second with 4 points plus 3. Luke Woodhouse will be third with 2 points minus 2. And Daniel Larsson will be bottom of the group with 0 points minus 7 leg difference. I think Rob Cross will come through this group. I think we'll see a lot better performance from Rob Cross than we did in phase 1. And it'll be an interesting night again. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Goodbye.